Hey everyone, I'm the Off-Grid Vegan Chef, and in today's episode we're having the ultimate vegan fast food burger showdown. It's the famous Carl's Jr. famous Star Beyond famous burger versus the Impossible Whopper from Burger King, who might be the king of burgers or maybe just a burger that's also a king. Well, folks, after a long journey, we're back. Finally back home, got the burgers. I hope it was worth the trip. If it wasn't, then I'm going to not do anything. Before I jump into this, I'd just like to point out these burgers are, so far anyways, they're incredibly comparable in a lot of ways. They appear to be pretty much the same size. They basically have the same condiments on them. I think the only big difference is that this has a Carl Jr. special sauce and this just has ketchup on it. They're both vegan style. No cheese, no mayo. And of course, you know, I had to bring my own mayo. Well, I didn't have to bring it. It was already at my house. But you know what I mean. I also got some hot sauce because, you know, I like to roll. I also got a beer somewhere. Here we go. Can't have too many product placements in one video. Alright, well first I'm going to dig into the Carl's Jr. And by the way, if you're wondering where the missus is, she's a little camera shy, so it's just your boy, the Off-Grid Vegan Chef today. I hope that's alright. Try not to bore you to death. I left the burgers, you know, just how I got them, all wrapped up and stuff, so you can see that. Not bad, not bad. It looks a little plain. The patty looks good. Nice char on there and stuff. Bun, you know, I mean, I guess it looks exactly like the picture in the ad. I'd like to know who wrapped this. I feel like they could have done it with a little bit more care. I'm just being a jerk. I don't know about you, but I really hate taking my food apart. But these burgers just aren't going to seem right without some mayo on them. Of course, got to put a little heat on there. Not too much. I still want to taste the burger. Now, full disclosure, I have tried each of these in the past. When they first were released. This one first, you know, many months ago. This one a couple weeks ago or whenever it was. But I haven't had them back to back. So that's what I'm curious to find out. A real, true, side-by-side comparison. Let's give this one a shot. Now, as some of you probably know I'm a big fan of the Beyond Burger. I get these things a lot. I use them in my videos for my recipes. Uh, so no big surprises there. I'm not as familiar with the Impossible Burger. I've only had it 2 times in its existence. The first version a couple years ago, which I didn't think was that great. I think I probably would blame some of that on the restaurant that prepared it. But and then a couple weeks ago I tried this one for the first time, and it seems improved to me. It was much better than I remember the last one being. Anyways, back to the Carl's Jr. burger. It's a very good burger. I like it. I like it a lot. The only thing I would really critique about this burger, and it's partly, I guess, my fault because I don't get the mayo on it, but it's kind of a dry burger. They put their special sauce on there, but as you probably saw when I lifted the bun up, it's a really thin spreading of that sauce. Whereas I'd really like them to just kind of spoon it on there. Because if you don't add your own sauce like I just did, adding some veganese and some hot sauce, it's too dry. It doesn't have enough sauce on it. I wouldn't eat it. I mean, I would, but the way it comes, it's just not the best experience for the burger. I'd ask for some hot sauce on the side or something like that, or just extra sauce maybe. Fries. I've had Carl's Jr.'s fries quite a lot. They're always pretty good. This time around, for whatever reason, I don't know, they're not as good as usual. Usually they're, really fresh and crispy and salty. And this time around, they're still good, but I don't know what happened today. But it's not really about the fries, it's about the burger. They're still good. Okay, now let's move on to the Impossible Whopper. Now I was a huge Whopper fan when I was a kid. I was a fat little kid. I'm still a fatso, so what are you gonna do? But man, I love me some Whoppers, so this has a certain nostalgia factor to it, which gives it a little bit of an advantage. A Whopper is really not a Whopper without mayo. I wish they would, if this is a big enough success, they should do something with veganese or just mayo. That'd be nice. Oh, hot sauce. Yeah. Now, when I was a kid, I didn't put hot sauce on my Whopper, but I was a stupid kid, so what are you gonna do? So the outcome of this is kind of interesting. Here's the thing, is if you eat these at a wide interval apart, like I did the first time I tried each, you have one month, have the other one the next month, you probably won't notice much of a difference. You probably might think like, they taste pretty similar, I like them equally, that sort of thing. When you taste them back to back, the Impossible Whopper tastes distinctly more like a real beef hamburger than the Beyond Burger. I don't know if it's the heme or I don't know what. But it just tastes more like beef. It's more convincing to the palate. I mean, I haven't had a real hamburger in almost 20 years, so I'm probably not the best judge of it, but this one could potentially trick me. I don't think the Beyond Burger could trick me, especially at this point. I've had it so many times. The last time I had an Impossible Whopper, it seemed like a better burger to me. So I thought I was going to say, I got to give the edge to the Impossible Whopper. But my Impossible Whopper is not that good this time. It's not as good as it was the last time I had it. And I don't think that's just a perception thing. Here's what I think it is. When I got this burger today, it was super fast. Our order was ready in easily under a minute. It was just barely over 30 seconds. And I even thought at the time, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Now the fries tasted like they just came fresh out of the fryer. But who knows if that's even, maybe they just got a second dunk. The burgers, they could have been, I'm questioning, they might have been under a heat lamp. So even though the Impossible Whopper is, I guess you could say, a more realistic replica of what it's trying to be, and maybe that's something that's really important to you, today my Carl's Jr. burger was better. And I know the reason for that, and I think this is the most important takeaway. Carl's Jr. seems to have a lot of consistency, in my experience. It seems like their food is like pretty much always consistently the same level. Now, the fries weren't quite as good today, but they're still better than the Burger King fries. And they're not that far off from what they normally are. The burger, I've had the burger there, one or two or three times or something like that. It's not my first trip around the Carl's Jr. rodeo. Excuse me. Smoked too much weed before I did this. Yeah, it seems like it's always consistently the exact same thing from them. And same thing with like the customer service, just everything. They just seem to be a more consistently run operation. And maybe that's just my location. I don't know. I can't speak for the entire chain of stores. Maybe I just have a not so great Burger King in my area and a really great Carl's Jr. I'm not sure. But Burger King, when Burger King's on point, they're a little bit better. But their consistency's wobbly. So, something important to take into consideration. Lastly, the price. I'm sure some people want to know that. They're pretty much the same price. Burger King's a little bit cheaper. I think the burger is about 60 cents less, and the fries are about 40 cents less. So on a meal like this, you're going to save $1 if you go to Burger King, which, I mean, if you're in the right part of the world, you can do a lot with $1. So I've heard on certain internet chat rooms and we don't need to. Anyways, that's it. So that's my take. I like them both. They're both good. Today it's the Carl's Jr. was the better one, but I try either one. Or do what I do, just go to both of them and get both. If you got them right next to each other, just go to one and get both of them, the fries and the burger, and go to the other and get the fries and the burger. And, I'm a fatso with, no real concern or, regard for my physical health. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm certainly not a doctor, which is probably really obvious. I probably didn't even need to say that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked the video, please, just curb kick the mother out of that subscribe button. Am I right? And then just take a bat with some nails in it, big old Louisville Slugger, and smash that mother like button until there's just blood squirting out of the pixels. And then give the notification bell a little poke, a little antagonistic prod, so that you can be annoyed whenever I upload new content. Once again, folks, thanks so much, and yeah, have a nice life. Not just a nice day, not just a nice evening, afternoon. I hope the whole rest of your life is nice. Bye-bye.